welcome to group break number 615. Today we have a nice little young gun mixer here. We got 1718 Series 2 Blaster with 2324 Series 2 Extended, 24 25 Series 1 Series 2 and Extended, and then 2526 Series 1. So I just realized that these are not in a chronological order. So, and we dropped the Blaster, of course, because why not? Anyways, I think we just go oldest to newest. And if we get a really good pull early on, sets it up for the rest of the stream. So here are your teams. I have updates available for Microsoft Office, but I don't really want to download them. So here we go. Good luck. Let's have some fun. Let's pull some cool cards. Let's move my chair closer so I'm not reaching across to throw stuff into the garbage can. There we go. And then we'll do one more break after this one. It's going to be a Series 2 mixer with 2122, 2223, 2324, and 2425 Series 2 with a box of Black Diamond, Clear Cut, and Stature. Black Diamond is from 2526 Stature, and Clear Cut from 2425. Which also technically 2425 Stature has 2324, as we found out last week when we pulled the beautiful Leo Carlson rookie patch auto with the duck head logo to 15. Sick card. One of my favorite cards that we pulled this year. Dude, you crushed that break. I'm sad they're getting rid of Mintikov, the Ducks are, at some point, because, like, I think he's good, but... Yeah. And Bench Brawl, that is packed. So how it's packed is I put that and the cup one inside of a smaller bubble mailer inside of a bigger bubble mailer just to give it a little bit of extra padding. And again, as a reminder, it's retail from 1718 has base packs, so for the break, just as we're going through this. But yeah, same thing with like cup slabs. I normally try and put them in a small bubble mailer and then into a bigger one, or into a bigger one after. Base. Oh man, remember when Nail Yakupov played for the Avs? Hansel, man, there's some really good throwbacks here. More base, more base, more base, more base. Lots of base. Riley Barber for the Capitals on the rookie portraits. There's a Crosby. I'm going to throw this in just because it's such a good photo. Marty Necas on the Marquee Rookie Retro for the Hurricanes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 4. Remy Ellie for the Stars on the Young Guns. 1, 2, 3, 4. Canvas of Justin Williams for the Hurricanes. Mr. Game 7. And 1, 2. Jaromir Jagr base for the Flames. Bill, no worries. We'll have more of these styles moving forward too. Philip Schlappick for the Senators. And base 10 things off there, so... Not the best Young Guns, but hey, it's a single blaster from an old product. Making sure I didn't miss anything. I don't think I did, but... Alright. But yeah, these breaks are fun. I like having the variety of years, so... We'll have a couple of breaks to end the year that are a little bit more... I don't know. Just unique, fun. But yeah, try to change it up a little bit from the cup, because, again, don't get me wrong, the cup's really fun to rip open, but it is on the... yeah, for the most part, I think everything was... I think, like, spot price should have been around about 30-ish bucks, and so, that's... I mean, it's probably a little bit more complicated than that, just because there's, like, the commission percentage off and stuff like that, but, retail price is like around 30-ish, maybe a little bit more, like 35-ish a spot. Just because Series 2 has probably jumped up, same as actually the past couple of years of Series 2. But yeah, I'd say it was reasonable. Nothing was like insanely expensive. We had a point where We had a point where it was like San Jose, Montreal, and Chicago all on the board with like 12 teams left. So spots obviously went up a little bit there, but oh yeah, yeah, for sure. As long as we keep doing okay on this, we'll keep streaming here. So all right, let's see if today's the day we pull the Bedard 1 of 1. Forsberg, Pasta, Will Cooley. Dazzlers of McAvoy, Logan Thompson, Connor Zary for the Flames. It's a nice one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pizzetta on the Director of Board, Sparkles, Kucherov, and Nylander for the Leafs. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Pink Dazzlers of Jack Eichel for Vegas, Cole Caulfield, and Laferriere for the Kings. I'm just going to sleeve and top load the Zary because he's technically like a decent guy. Actually, I like Laferriere. He's a good, like, good depth dude. There we go. Like, relevant NHLer, and we take those. 9, 10. All right. Director of Boards of Trent Frederick, Jamie Benn, and Simone Edvinsson. Future Canucks Simone Edvinsson, question mark, Quinn Hughes. Panarin for the Rangers, Matthew Poitras for the Bruins, and Mr. Elias Pettersson. Please come back. I've seen enough of first line center David Kampf. Actually, then again, Team Tank in me wants to... Well, not Team Tank. Just Team, like, play... We've already heard this song. Just Team play the young guys, and if we lose, we lose, is where I'm at with the Canucks. They just don't... Heading into the season, it's like, hey, they need to add a lot, and they just don't have the assets to add. They need to add a lot or have players pop off, and, like, I think Elias Pettersson's been phenomenal this year. It's just... You're limited, you know. We have an outburst, but it's not gold. Clayton Keller for the Yotes / Utah. Nick Swaney and a Sharon Govich for the Devils on the outburst. Glaring of Pettersson for the Canucks. Jeannot and Afanaseyev for the Predators. Jeannot for the Bolts. Vasilevsky on the Instinctive, Hardy, Hammond, Actel for the Capitals, and Granlund for the Penguins. Clear cut. Kemper, Nick Swaney on the clear cut Young Guns. Well, not who you want to see, if we're being honest. But it's a clear-cut Young Gun. If you had the Wild, you're kind of just like, what am I hoping for? And that's one of the things. Levi. Johnny Gaudreau, Crosby, and nice Fraser Minton for the Leafs. Solid one there. He's been on a real good tear. There we go. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mitch Marner on the Sparkles, DeBrusque for the Bruins, and McCarr for the Avs. There we go. All right, extended. Hoping for those Fantillis. Maybe a acetate? Question mark. Sorry, whack the camera up. Let's see if we can pull something fancy here. By the way, for 24-25 Series 1, I will always bring this up. If you are or if you don't want your gaming PvP card, just let me know. because otherwise we'll random them off at the end, but yeah. I know a lot of people that just don't want them, which I don't entirely blame you for that, so. Tristan Lunel for the Ducks, Karu, and Samuel LaBerge for the Devils. These are always nice. The hockey heroes of McKinnon for the Avs, Askarov, and Kaprizov. We have a Sidney Crosby quad diamond, Askarov Beehive, and William Karlsson for Vegas. Silver Skates Gold of Braden Point, Suzuki, and Marco Kasper for the Red Wings on the Retro Young Guns. Man, he's kind of not been as good as I expected him to be this year. Dustin Wolf for the Flames. Zach Benson, Outburst, first round rookies, whatever you want to call it, for the Sabres. Nice, Benson. And Matt Savoy for the Sabres. I think, did I miss an insert there? No, I don't think so. I think it was the Wolf into the Benson. Yeah. I'll double check after, but. Zaka for the Bruins. McDavid and a Brock Nelson. Yeah, the other fun part with like these mixers is that you could have a bad team, but hit like a red outburst or something and be pretty happy. So hopefully we can hit a red today. I mean, I'd take a gold, but I'll settle for a red. Even a high gloss or Young Guns exclusives. Give me one of those. All right, here we go. Jackson Lacombe for the Ducks, Connor McDavid, and a checklist between the Columbus Blue Jackets and Utah Mammoth. So Brent and Irrational. Do that at the end. If we do happen to get a better version of this, like say we pull a clear cut or exclusives, we'll random off the better one and then the loser will get the worst one. Just because best way to do it in my opinion. Oh, Future Fame of Carey Price. These were actually really tough pulls. I don't know what to do with my hands. These are actually really tough pulls. Nice price for the Habs. There we go. Matthews for the Leafs and Faber for the Wild. Matthews on the Dazzlers, Faber on the Beehive rookie. Silver Skates of Johnny Gaudreau, Dylan Garand for the Rangers on the Young Gun. Seth Jones for Chicago on the canvas. Zegras on the Silver Skates, Marco Kasper for the Red Wings, and Patrick Kane for the Red Wings. 7, 8, 9. Zach Benson to 200 for the Sabres on the UD3. Is it gold? I think it's gold. We'll take it. We'll take it. Zach Benson box. Big Zach Benson fan here. Jack Hughes red and Matthew Nice for the Leafs on the Young Guns renewed. And Ridley Gregg, Alex Barkov, and Simon Nemitz for the Devils. Nice Nemitz. And nice. Get that saved up. So far, so good. Like, not the worst. And base. All right. Series 1 time. Who are we going to see here? I think we're going to see Lane Hudson. Three, 6, 9, Hudson Acetate, Gautier. I feel like we're just gonna get the base Hudson. It'd be nice to get something better than the base Hudson, but oh, I got a tickle in the throat. Quick water break. That winter dryness has arrived for and our place is pretty bad for it. But Bergeron for the Bruins on the renewed, nice one there. Del Bel Blues for the Blue Jackets, and Alex DeBrincat for the Red Wings. Dazzlers of Bennington for the Blues. Mercer for the Devils, and Islanders on the co-op. We have something clear. Quinton Byfield on the pop count for the Kings. I'm just going to move this way. The Sammy Colangelo for the Ducks. And a Artemi Panarin for the Rangers on the aimbots. I thought I saw a red outburst, but I think I'm just hallucinating. Matthews on the sparkly aimbot. Olin Zellweger for the Ducks. Nice young gun there. And a City Satellites of Nikita Kucherov for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Six, 7, 8. Canvas of Ridley Gregg for the Senators. Taken Slapshot. Penguins A-Lines. Larkin on the Detroit Red Wings PvP. 5, 6, 7. Nice Gino on the Young Guns renewed. And hey, Gautier Stankoven on the checklist. So Slab Lab and JB Gold. 2 randoms do. Again, same thing applies if we get like a clear cut or like a high gloss or something better than this version. We'll random off the better one, worst one, or loser gets the worst one. Draisaitl on the aimbots. And just try and keep it fair. Or at least like balanced. Kind of the one house rule with the randoms that we do here. All right. I know we have a checkpoint in here. Matthews for the Leafs. All right, first PvP, Tampa Bay, Florida, Oilers, and JB Gold. So that'll be randomed. Put it in the random pile. Forsberg. 6, 7, 8. Burakovsky. Erik Karlsson on the renewed. And Graham Clark for the Devils. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. We got Leon Draisaitl, Nazem Kadri gaming PvP. On the Sparkly Boys, that is Bench Brawl and Shast. Brady Tkachuk for the Senators. Checkpoint of Lindell. Here's our outburst. It is Jordan Kyrou for the Blues. Kopitar on the FOV. Robert Thomas for the Blues. Gaming Co-op Blue for the Wild. Hebden for the Bolts. And Jack St. Ivany for the Penguins. Well, no one was right. Bedard for Chicago. Quinn Hughes for the Canucks. And OEL for the Panthers. Finish things off there. That was a quiet box. I wish I always say this every single year. I do wish that they would make the checklist Young Guns an extra, like a short print or something, just to give it that little bit of extra value. Because I don't know, it's always one of the, my least favorite Young Guns that every single year. So yeah, it's a checklist. Cool. No one values it that highly. There we go. Let's see what's hiding in Series 2. Let's see if we can snag a Macklin, settle for a Michkov, or maybe Kalapana getting a Richie. Sorry, that was a really bad joke. Chris, you got a Poitras Young Guns, a Bergeron renewed Young Guns, so you got some stuff. Kolosov for the Flyers on the Young Gun canvas. McAvoy for the Bruins on the Young Guns renewed. Ovechkin for the Capitals. Sundqvist for the Blues. Oliver Kapanen for the Habs. Not bad. Sorokin for the Islanders on the Ooh La La. Middlestat for the Avs, Hurricanes, and Elaine Hudson for the Habs on the welcome aboard. I don't think those carry much value anymore, but clear cut of Bobby Brink for the Flyers, Minnesota, and Detroit on the other inserts. And we have a on tour for the Penguins, a Adam Klapka for the Flames, Bedard for Chicago. Zellweger, Oscar Beck, and Sergei back off the case. Bobrovsky, he's been rough lately, eh? At least this year. He does pumpkin every once in a while, but it's funny how he went from the most, like, one of the worst contracts in the NHL to all of a sudden a bunch of teams would actually, like, pay to get him. Because I think if you told anyone pre-Cup run that you're going to acquire Bobrovsky and not pay anything for him, like even like not even take on the set, like just get him for nothing, everyone would have been like, what the heck are you doing? That's dumb. Torpchenko to 250 for the Blues. Marchand for the Bruins. Kucherov on the renewed for the Bolts. Parayko. Brandon Scanlon for the Rangers. And then Mr. Kopitar for the Kings. Wilson for the Capitals. Troy Terry, Leon Draisaitl on the inserts. Nylander for the Leafs. Musil for the Devils. And Ooh La La of Marc-Andre Fleury for the Minnesota Wild. Canvas for Vegas of Pietrangelo. Svetch for the Hurricanes on the renewed. Tampa Bay on the Victor Hedman Bang for Your Puck. We got the Winnipeg Jets. Teammates of the Celebrinis and the Smiths. And a Stanky, welcome aboard. So, not the best box. But that happens from time to time, so. They were all really good boxes. The price for it would have been a lot more. All right. Extended time. Let's pull an Ovi. Now, anyone who is a part of the EA Sports NHL community back in the day would probably know the pull and Ovi stuff with Bacon. Yeah, I mean, like, we did hit a clear-cut Young Gun, technically. But so far, nothing, like, insane. But that's, again, The pros and cons of mixers like this is that you can absolutely high roll every single box and get like case hits in every single box, but you can also low roll and, you know, not get case hits. Hopefully our luck can change here. I actually liked last year's extended from a opening and actually value standpoint. I thought it was pretty decent. The Young Guns obviously aren't the best, but like it felt more consistent. I hope they keep it short. Like even if they shrink the print run again by like another 25% from this, I think it'd be a really, really good product. All right, we got some stuck together base cards. Haven't had that. Okay, that's just the Ealer. So Rupe Hintz, Makar, and Frank Nazar, sorry. A Zach Dean Trilogy Rookie to $9.99 for the Blues. Brett Berard for the Rangers, and Matthews for the Leafs on the Beehive. Lane Hudson. And don't think that's anything major, but future impact of Patterson and Harley for the Stars. Deluxe of McAvoy for the Bruins. With a Ritzkovian Young Gun for the Stars, and an Ovi Encore. All right. Gold of Lekaramaki. Fedor Svechkov. I actually like him a lot. And a Sam Reinhart for the Panthers. Forgot about Mr. Fedor Svechkov. Philip Forsberg, Connor McDavid, and Nino Niederreiter. Nashville, Edmonton, Winnipeg. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me Nino Niederreiter. One of the greatest all-time social media posts. All right. Come on, let's see something sick here. We're due. Cutter Gauthier, Will Smith on the Future Impact. All-Star Skills Canvas of Nylander for the Leafs. Short print canvas. Zibanejad, Rutger on the first round rookies. And Bobrovsky for the Panthers. Brisson for Vegas. Brady Tkachuk, Logan Stankoven. 7, 8, 9, 10. Mark Stone for Vegas. Brennan Othman for the Rangers. And Nick Robertson for the Leafs on the Outburst. So a little bit unlucky to not get an Outburst. I guess no, we got the Benson. So technically one Outburst Young Gun. Zellweger for the Ducks, Jack Hughes, and Tomas Hertl. And, oh, we have a clear cut at least. Mitch Marner on the All-Star Game clear cut with a Samuel Hellenius Young Gun. And a Kaprizov Encore. All right, final box. Let's hope for something good in here because it's been quiet. Like, don't get me wrong, we've gotten some solid Young Guns, but nothing major, you know? Nothing major. That is, it's at least consistent, so. Let's keep it rolling. Let's pull a demi here. Give me a demi. I'm not feeling this song right now. Let's skip it. Also not feeling that song. There we go. All right. Binnington for the Blues. Total Pilo for the Canucks. He's actually been really good lately. Robertson for the Stars. 7, 8, 9. Matt Dumba for the Wild. Markstrom and Draisaitl. Encore of Philip Gustafson. A Leo Carlson sizzle reel. And then another checklist. Wow, we've hit 3 checklists. That's... I mean, not ideal, but... Habs and Canucks, sorry, Chicago. I believe the rest of this is all base cards. Nope, we have a Dazzlers of Levshunov for Chicago. Connor McMichael, Seth Jarvis. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lindgren with a Zane Parekh for the Flames. Nice Parekh. God, this Cup Quest card is so insulting to Leafs fans. Encore of Nico. Eric Carlson on the Cup Quest Sparkles. And Jesper Bratt on the Bustle. Alright. Last bit here. Let's finish strong. Let's finish strong. Something, please. Something interesting. Here we go. Encore of Morrissey, Eichel, Mark Stone, Quinn Hudson for the Oilers on the Young Guns. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Laine Slavkovsky on the Compadres, Nichushkin and Zuccarello. Joshua on the Sizzle Reel, Mazer for the Red Wings, and DeBrincat for the Red Wings. 9. Vincent for Seattle, Encore of Stützle for Ottawa, and Kadri for the Flames on the Sizzle Reel. 7, 8, 9, 10. Foligno for Chicago, Ethan Frank for the Capitals, man, and Pettersson for the Canucks. 7, 8, 9. Pop count 500 of Mr. Monahan for the Blue Jackets. Well, that's at least something. That's at least something. Sizzle Reel of Fowler for the Blues and Matthews for the Leafs. All right. We have a few randoms to do here. Yeah, I mean, those boxes weren't the best. So, do that. All right, let me get the random set up here. We'll do... All right. This is Montreal, Chicago. 1 second, I'm just getting the random set up. CBJ, Utah. Anna, Dallas. TBL Fla, and then Edmonton, Calgary. All right. Random time. Here we go. Where is this? So we are starting off with the Flames thing. The PvP, the Flames Oilers. 1, twice, third time, Calgary. All right. Tampa, Florida 1, once, twice, third time. Florida runs away with it. All right, the Cutter Stank. Once, twice, third time. Anaheim. The Columbus, Utah, the Fantilli Cooley. Once, twice, third time. Columbus. And then the Demidov Levshinov. Once, twice, third time. Montreal. All right. Let me go ahead and let's do this. And then that break was a little bit on the rougher side. So what I'm going to do here is we're just going to do a 32 team random. And winner will get this fall promo pack. So here we go. Once, twice, third time, Edmonton. Edmonton, that is yours. All right, recap time, and then we'll get to the next break. You're rich, yeah. Monahan pop count to 500. Perek, Young Gun, Celebrini, Smith teammates, Kapanen for the Habs, Zellweger for the Ducks, Byfield pop count, Nyes retro, Nemitz, Benson to 200, Price future fame, Benson outburst, first round rookies, Minton, Young Gun, Sweeney, Connor Zary. There's Poitras and a few others as well. In the other pile, we obviously got all of the randoms here. And I'm not a big fan of the checklist Young Guns myself, and then Edmonton. That's a nice little promo pack headed your way. So, all right, that is group break 615.